Now this picture suffers from a common photographic problem. It's clearly got rather obvious converging verticals. So I'm going to correct the converting verticals using elements, and I'm going to use the transform option. But if we come up to image transform, and I want to change the distortion, so I'm going to use perspective to improve our perspective. It'll tell me I can't. It says transformations should be applied to layers. Do you want to make this background layer into a layer? Well, don't worry, just say OK. You get a chance to name it if you wish. I'm just going to leave it as the default name, layer 0, and click OK. Brilliant, you might think. And that's it. Away you go. You can now move your image out by dragging these corner handles around. Like that. The only difficulty is, how do you know what vertical actually is? I mean, that looks about right, but so does this, and so does that. So we need some sort of point of reference as to what straight and level actually is. So let's come back out of that again, and we'll revert this image back to the way it came into the computer. Right, so what we're going to do is to apply a grid to this image, and we'll find that under View and then Grid. Now that puts a load of guidelines in, but it's a real mess. In fact, I'm even having trouble seeing the picture as it is. So tidy this up by going to Edit, Preferences, and then under Preferences you'll find Grid. I'm going to change this so that I have a subdivision every 1 rather than every 4, and straight away you can see on the screen that now looks better, and perhaps the guidelines at 3 rather than 2, and we'll click OK. That's a much more usable grid. Now it'll always appear that way from now on, unless you go back and change your preferences at a later date. Okay, let's go and do that transformation that we did before. We'll go up to Image, Transform, and Perspective. We'll bring it up as a new layer and say OK, just as we did before. Grab the corner handle, either side, it doesn't matter, drag it out to the side. The other side moves in a corresponding fashion, and looking at the grid, I'm going to guess that that's pretty much about right. That looks perfect. When you're happy, just click the tick, and that'll make that transformation stick. The grid doesn't print out. It's purely there for you to see on screen, but it does get somewhat annoying, so we will turn that off. View and Grid again will get rid of the grid. Now my particular lens that I was using this day isn't optically brilliant. It's got a very slight bit of barrel distortion. You might be able to see these are slightly curving. Now I'm going to get rid of the barrel distortion by using a filter and using Distort and using Spherize. Now this is quite a funky filter that when used by most people tends to be used for creative effects such as that. I'm not going to use it like that. It has a far subtler but far more useful effect. If I put in a Spherize of -4 and click OK, that'll ever so slightly make a difference. Now it's so slight you may not have spotted it. That's what we had, and that's with the Spherize. As you can see, it just sucks it in a little bit, removes that barrel distortion that my lens has, and it gives us a far better image. And there you go, there's our picture straightened and the barrel distortion sorted out.